Marhaban Sadiq, Assalamu Alaikum. Hello, I'm Troy Lavelli, and on this wonderful Christmas Eve, I'm going to share a story with you of the greatest love that I have ever known. I am the son of Garfield Joseph Lavelli and Cheryl Lynn Hayden Lavelli Cottrell, and the grandson of Joseph Lavelli and Eunice Lavelli, and Archie Lamar Hayden and Christine Wells Hayden Snyder. My mother was told when she was 4 months pregnant with me that she could possibly die if she gave birth to me. My mother's love for me was stronger than her fear of death. And because of that, I have enough love for the entire world. I have been protected and guided throughout my life by some of the most amazing people that are my blood family. And I've had tragic times along the way. I had an outstanding brother who was the biggest influence in my life. His name was Todd, and he unfortunately passed at the age of 20, entirely too young. And he taught us about martial arts and philosophies and stuff, and that had a really great impact on me. He always said, Troy, if you don't have to use what you have been taught, then don't. But you have to use it to defend others who can't defend themselves. And I've been doing that my entire life. My family consists of some of the most incredible artists that many of you may not know. My uncle Doug Lavelli helped to make things move in Nashville. Country music wouldn't be what it is without the Lavelli stamp on it. Let's see. My other brothers are Ty Lavelli, Mickey Lavelli, and Ryan Nutter. And Mickey and Ty used to protect me while I was learning how to protect myself. And for that, I am forever thankful. They helped to make me strong. The first time that I threw my hands was standing up for a girl by the name of Robin Rain, who was severely burned from a house fire that had killed her family. And the kids were being cruel in the way that kids can be cruel. And I stood up. And I got my first kiss from her, and it was like the most amazing thing. She set me on my path in life. Because of her, I had a hate for fire. So I trained to be a volunteer firefighter, which led me to being an EMT. And as an EMT, I met my wife Jeanette. She's Moby Butt, and we started life together, and we've tried to live good. But in my cycle of life, it seems that there are patterns. And I would go to combat as my father had gone to combat in Vietnam. And the war forever changed him in ways that you wouldn't know. And he was the most compassionate man I know when he was sober. But he had PTSD, and he was coping with it in the best way that he could, and for it, the family suffered. I would be called into action with 267 Armor, the Iron Dukes, my brothers in arms that are forever a part of my ink. They have poetry written for them. They're some of the most incredible men that you would know, and the members of Spearhead, they're some of the most incredible soldiers that the world has ever seen. And I thought when my time was done in the Middle East, I would be able to come home and everything would be good, but it wasn't. I suffered horribly from PTSD. The government denied anything happened to us, just as they denied Agent Orange from Vietnam, and it screwed up. And if it wasn't for love of my family, I wouldn't be here today. I attempted suicide in 2011 on Veterans Day to make a point, and I didn't die. So I'm going to share this message because I love you, all of you, in the entirety of the world. I have also worn the hats of a teacher. I have not been a policeman. Well, actually I have, because I did police actions in the military. So basically I've worn every single hat that there is for the people responsible for raising your kids. And I just enjoy teaching whenever I can. We have been going at war for entirely too long, and mankind has been lied to as to the reasons behind it. They say ISIS. No, that's not right. You don't have ISIS. You don't take a precious God and turn her into something ugly. You just don't do that. But somehow on 9/11, the buildings fell, and they lied to the people. And they don't want to tell them that it was controlled demolition. This is not conspiracy theory. This is conspiracy fact. Because the science doesn't lie. And they got caught red-handed. But too many people are content with what they're doing and what they're getting. And the fact of the matter is, the only things that you get in life are the things that you are willing to accept. I am not willing to accept the world in the current state that it is. I love you all. I need you to have, well, for the PTSD, I'm sorry. I also trained as a shrink so that I can help people. I bear the scars from battle. But we all bear scars. Some are on our skin, and some are on our hearts. There has been entirely too much death, destruction, and suffering in the world. It is time that we come together as a people and tell the powers that be, we're not going to take it anymore. We are human. If we stand together, we can change the world. All we need is what I've been pounding on for so long, Genesis 1:29. That's all you need. Hemp takes heavy metals and radiation out of the soil, and through photosynthesis converts it to the point where it's neutralized. And then you can take those materials that can be made from that hemp, of which there's over 10,000 uses. You're being sold on big oil. Well, we have to have big oil. No, we don't. The plants naturally produce oil. And they can be used to lubricate the machinery that is required to give us what we need. You do not need Standing Rock or any of those other things that are serving the hidden agendas of the big and greedy powers that be. This is my nation, and this is my world. And we will come together. Have a Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you're celebrating around the world. I love you all. Bless you.